Lovers Quarrel. It's a long sustained quarrel.
What's going on, world?
Hey everybody.
It's your guy, TJ, Mr. New Cool.
And it's your girl Dani, your somewhat smaller scorpion.
And it's all S's. If this was Trivial Pursuit, you would, not Trivial, yeah. What's the?
Categories.
Categories. You got triple.
I would have. I did win categories a few weekends ago.
Yeah, you did.
So busting ass. Because I'm good with words.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I am. Well, we could talk about it in our elevator, but how I'm doing is part of my elevator talk.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Before we start, happy anniversary to the Rices.
Yes.
How many years?
So wait, my stupid ass today was like, I saw my sister and I was like, isn't it sweet 16? And she was like, we celebrated our 10th anniversary last year. So it's 11 years.
11 years.
I don't know where I got 16 from.
Because they've been together forever.
Well,
and they old.
They have been together forever.
And they old.
Shayla listens to the podcast.
That's cool.
She gonna come for you. She gonna beat you up.
I'll take that.
But nah, they're like a couple that I know I look up to a lot, you know, as far as this whole marriage thing. Also,
they do it well.
They do it well. Also, happy anniversary to the Schneiders, Dana and Brian. So my cousin Dana, her and her husband got married on the 15th of August as well, 4 years ago in Mexico. It was definitely a great vacation. I had a good time, and I was a bridesmaid in the wedding, and
we got to see Brian cry.
We did. Yes, we did. He's
boo-hooing.
Because he loves the shit out of my cousin.
That's cool.
She's a bad bitch, and she deserves it.
I didn't say anything negative about that. I just said we got to see her cry. Honestly, when I go to weddings, I like to see people. I like to see if the groom's gonna cry.
You told your brother to suck it up.
I did tell my brother to suck it up. Said, "Nick, suck that shit up."
Why? So if
because I had a bet riding on it, because they was like, "Ant's gonna cry." I'm like, "Ant's not gonna cry," and then his eyes started to water. I was like, "Hey, suck that up."
So what did the winner get?
$20.
Did you get your $20?
I didn't, but I didn't have to pay $20, so it was a win-win for me.
Well, did you win, or because you had to tell him to suck it up, it was kind of a draw?
Sure, I'll go with that one.
Oh, well, love is in the air.
Definitely, but to me, it's the best, especially when the groom is like, it's the ugly cry. They start wailing.
Why do you like that you didn't cry when we got married?
I ain't no bitch.
So you think that man is a bitch?
I mean,
just because
I'm just saying I'm not no bitch, but
he's so enamored and his breath is taken away by his wife. Or Anthony said he was getting choked up when he saw Anaya and Angel coming in.
Yeah, he's seen his kids.
Yeah.
So that's what. So
kids is okay.
Yeah, you can cry for your kids.
But you wouldn't cry for me.
I mean,
well, at this point, I know you never cry any occasion.
I might. I don't know. I'm getting older.
You didn't cry when we got married. When I came down the aisle, you did not cry at the birth of your child, your firstborn.
There was nothing to cry about.
You was happy.
I was ecstatic, but there's nothing to cry about. But I can see how people can cry. Maybe if he was like going through something like, we don't know if Danny's gonna make it, then I may have been like, oh shit, crying.
So you weren't worried when they were like, we got to take her for a C-section, even though it wasn't like.
No, I wasn't,
playing.
But I was worried because I'm like, Danny's gonna freak out, and then you freaked out, and then,
So I was just like, it was like, oh, here we go.
No, I didn't say that at all. You're putting words and you're making shit up.
I'm just trying to get clarity. That's all.
No, it was just like, damn, Danny didn't want this to happen. Now it happens, and then you started crying, and then your mother started crying. I feel like Shayla started crying.
Shayla will tell you.
Taylor started crying.
Shayla and Taylor cried?
I think they did. Shayla will
correct us
if I'm wrong. But your mother definitely started crying.
I mean, I saw her crying.
I'm just like, what are we crying for?
They were worried.
I guess.
So, well.
That's besides the point.
TJ may not have tear ducts, y'all, but other than that, everything else is.
I cry.
I know. I've seen you cry. I'm just saying. But yeah.
Let's go in this elevator.
All right, let's go. Are you going first or am I going first?
You can go first.
So I'm actually going up and down. So I'll start down and go up. Going down. As y'all already know, now that by the time this episode comes out, I have had weight loss surgery. So August 6th, it was the big day, and I've been documenting it on our Instagram page. So if you haven't seen it, I even have like a highlight reel thing or whatever on there.
You need to add me on there, but go ahead.
What do I need to add you on there?
Because we both did it.
Okay, but you don't talk about it.
That's because I'm not the brains of the operation.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, well, when you talk about your weight loss, I can change the name. I don't know if I can change the name, but
you can just go ahead.
Point is, you could just add to it yourself.
Got you.
So, but it's been a little over a week, and there has definitely been adjustments. So just to update you guys, had the surgery on the 6th. The surgery went perfectly well, according to the doctors, the surgeons. Even I know TJ updated y'all or whatever. But I had never been under full general anesthesia. Like even when you have a C-section, like you're still awake, so it's not quite the same. And y'all, the nausea I felt coming out of surgery.
See, I didn't have that.
You didn't.
But was the sleep as good for you as it was for me? I asked me the best sleep. I mean, I was in pain. Don't get me wrong, but that whole Tuesday, I was out.
You were out for a lot longer. I feel like I was awake longer for longer bouts, but it was really easy to go back to sleep. It was like I closed my eyes and that was it. Like normally, it's like I gotta scroll my phone, I gotta watch TV. It was more like I'm shutting my eyes and going to sleep because anesthesia, takes a while to wear off.
She's yawning.
Sorry, y'all. So, but I was in pain, yeah, of course, coming out of it. But the issue was like I was so nauseous, like I couldn't keep anything down. So they want you to take like these little capfuls of water every 15 minutes. I would take that, throw it up. It would, and then the medication that they want you to take is all oral for the most part, except for a few things that they give you through the IV. I want to shout out my nurses, especially Bianca, because she was the one that kept kind of fussing. I remember with the surgeon or the surgical residents or whatever, and telling them y'all need to authorize me to give her IV drugs basically for her nausea. But because she's like, I try to give her medicine, she throws it back up. So that was a bit of a struggle. Like that first day, that Tuesday, I was kind of like, oh my God, why did I do this? But, I did have a bout with almost dehydration in the first week because it's really hard to get down fluids. It's really hard to get down food. And I have realized in this short amount of time just how mentally tied to food I am. Because it's not always necessarily my stomach that's like, Dani, you're hungry. But it's more like my brain is like, oh my God, there's so much variety out here. But because you're on this liquid diet, you could only have but so much. So it was I was really struggling this first week. I feel like I've kind of turned a little bit of a corner and I'm doing better with it. But that has been some of my struggles from when I first woke up out of surgery to this first week home. But everything is a learning experience and a progression, so I'm getting there. But to now flip sides and going back up, in the first week, y'all, I lost 18.2 pounds. So I've never lost 18 pounds of anything in that short amount of time. Thank you. Because TJ was looking at me like I was crazy. I've lost 18 pounds before. I've never lost 18 pounds in a week. I've never lost 10 pounds in a week.
Okay.
So I don't think I've ever lost 5 pounds in a week. So maybe
I made the face because I was listening. So anyway,
yes,
go
listen
ahead.
till completion.
You got it.
So I'm already seeing the benefits of the surgery. Hitting double digits in the first week was mind-boggling. I wasn't prepared for that, but people are already telling me that haven't seen me since the beginning of the summer, oh, are you losing weight? Oh, I see it. Like people say they see it in my face. They say they see it like kind of in my stomach a little bit. And this is why, I signed up for it, was to lose the weight, to get healthier. So, as much as the difficult parts are difficult, basically, seeing that scale go down that fast makes it all worth the while and worth the struggle phase that I'm in right now. And that is my elevator. So
it's a beautiful elevator.
Thank you. It is a beautiful elevator. Not the elevator.
I didn't have that issue, so I'm.
Somebody showing off?
No, I'm not showing off. I mean, I think my first week I lost 21 pounds.
Something like
right
that.
There, see, you competing with me.
I'm trying.
Nah, you rocking.
It's not a copy.
Dani was better than I was coming out, so I wasn't shit. To be honest with you,
I was just a little bit more. I was more active.
She was more active. She was more like doing things. I mean, besides the nausea, but I didn't get that until like later on. But as far as being active and walking around and going around places and being places, yeah, I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to lay down. I didn't want to move. I didn't want any of the broth. The broths is trash. So I think how she had a realization of how tied to food she is, I had a realization of how I'm not. Like, all I want is liquids. I've always said, like, if my diet could just be juice and soda. And
that's probably why you
soda's terrible.
Yeah. And that's probably why you did so much better with it in the beginning, too, because as far as, like, getting liquids in, because I'm just, like, I'm a foodie. Like,
I didn't really drink a lot of liquids.
So you weren't like getting the amount of liquids and stuff?
Fuck no.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck no. I think it's physically impossible unless you just don't feel nothing. But I hate water. I hated water.
Yeah, I don't drink
previously,
water.
I loved water. But when you get the surgery, you can't gulp the way that I used to gulp. I used to like drink really fast. You can't do that. You can't use a straw because you don't want the air. It can give you gas, and
the gas, oof.
It can be painful. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of different things that you have to get your body used to. So for me, that was tough. But once I was able to find like the juices and stuff that I liked, then it was easy. But yeah, I'm also not. I don't like being repetitive, so I hate having to do like the shakes. Like if I have another muscle milk, I may die.
Yeah, it's too sweet for me right now. I'm about to try to Ensures this week, but. Okay. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of like trying to figure stuff out.
Relearning
everything. Yeah, because it's like you're so limited and you gotta try, but like we live in a society where like everything is at your fingertips. Every type of cuisine, every style of something. I've already like reached out to like shout out to Naima from Sophisticated Ignorance podcast, because she's been really like checking in on me and making sure seeing how I'm doing and like sharing her experience with me.
I reached out to Mandy and Mandy gave me some stuff.
True. So. Yeah, Naima was like, she was like the puree chef. Yeah. And I was like, when I get to the puree stage.
She used to show all the stuff that she would puree, but.
Yeah, you should have made a highlight reel of that, my girl.
To me, that was too much work.
Yeah, I'm willing to do that because I need variety. I'm tired of eating the same shit. So. Shout out to Naima, shout out to Mandy, because like there's a community of us out here who've kind of gone through it. But yeah, Naima's really been like hitting me up, so I really, really appreciate that, sweetie.
Shout out to Naima, she ain't hit me up.
That's because you ain't share your story.
I did. I told people.
Yeah, after the fact. I've been like leading up to it.
That's because I had to fucking blaze a track for you.
Trailblaze?
Yeah, whatever. I had to blaze it. I had to light this.
You made a decision to be a little bit more private, and that's fine.
I wasn't being a little more private. I was waiting for the time that felt right. But you got to see what I did to be better. You're welcome.
Sure.
I've been raising you since 2004.
They always need a blueprint, and then here comes the masterpiece. It's fine.
Are you trying to use a Delta reference?
I mean, if the shoe fits.
I mean, listen.
Well, anyway.
That's outside of my pay grade.
What's on your elevator?
Listen, we're up and down too.
All right, you going to start down or start up?
We can start down.
Going down.
I'm losing my job, and that's a down. See, sharing.
That's very transparent of you.
That's sharing.
I'm
yes.
surprised. I'm very surprised.
My job is closing the whole building, and it's like 160 plus people losing their jobs, and that kind of sucks.
Sure does.
We're thinking about it, and it's kind of like, what's next? You know, what to do, how to do it, and that's frustrating. But I got to keep my faith and keep positive vibes, and
Facts.
not allow that to affect me. But I'm going up because my guy Reek. Speaking of Reek, and he just gave me a whole bunch of encouraging words and positivity and everything else, and it means a lot. It means a lot that when people are giving you those positive vibes. I mean, my friends do that too, but it's dope when other people do it without, like, you know what I mean? Like, your friends do it because those are your friends. But when you meet new people and they still show you love, like your friends for years, it just makes you feel
absolutely
at ease. So
yeah,
shout
out to Reek, and shout out to you for being so honest with that. I didn't know that was going to be part of his elevator, so I'm very surprised because TJ's a private person.
I don't think I'm private though. I'm pretty transparent.
I think you are, but you're not at the same time. I think
things to be strategic. I like to be able to strategically plan for things. So maybe that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like to go in with a game plan. That's why losing my job is what's the game plan? Do I,
Yeah.
After I gotta apply for stuff and
interviews and all that jazz. And hi Reek, how you doing? I just like y'all banter. All of y'all in this banter with this fake game that's gonna happen.
It's not a fake game. It's a real game.
Mm-hmm. I believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
But, it's not easy. Layoffs are not fun. Obviously,
it's a part of the business.
It is.
It is what it is. I mean, it's just we don't plan for it. Even though, financially I'll be okay. I have savings, I have all that stuff, so that is planned for. But who wants to have to start over and find a company? I mean, the only positive out of it, which can go back up as well, is that it allows me the chance to kind of find a job that I would really want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I do think everything happens for a reason. I do feel like things are going to start to align to help you get to something that you're more passionate about. Because I think that was one of the biggest things. Is you weren't as passionate about the things that you were doing anyway. But, this is the reality of the world that we live in. And as a person, TJ is going to be fine. As a family, we're going to be fine. It's just something that happens sometimes. I've been on the receiving end of a layoff, well, the option of a layoff before, and it was either take a severance package, a 6-week severance package, or a demotion. So I took the demotion because I was I needed steady income. I wanted steady income. I felt like I couldn't refuse it, but there's so many people that go through this all the time, and that's why sometimes I have to remind myself. Maybe not so much since I'm in a field that I am passionate about, but these jobs, sometimes we spend so much time being married to these jobs that and they, at the end of the day, don't give a shit about us.
I mean, it's a business, so
it is.
I mean, I think when people are out there deciding what they're gonna do and stuff like that, you gotta do what's best for you. Ultimately, we talk about the NBA players, and it's they should have loyalty to teams, but nobody truly has loyalty. So if you have an opportunity, you got to do what's best for you, regardless. Always.
I agree.
So, there's no hard feelings in business, because if they don't want you no more, they're gonna let you go. So.
Exactly, and they don't want you, and then they'll fill your spot just that fast. So. I definitely understand and agree with that part. But that's all right, because TJ is going to land something bigger, better, and that he is way more passionate about. So I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, let's get off this elevator.
Let's get off of it. And now it is time for our relationship tip of the week. I'm just going to go first because I'm sure I have a relationship tip and you don't.
I have one.
Oh, you have one?
Maybe petty, but...
Oh my gosh. So my relationship tip of the week is specific more to when you're in like a romantic partnership. So
what's a romantic partnership?
Like a relationship, not when normally I'll be like friendship or like relatives.
Yeah,
but I think this one is a little bit
romantic partnership.
Okay, well,
does that mean like we're partners but we're romantic?
No, it just means that we're dating or we're in a relationship. That's all that means. So that's all. So, I think I would say, and it could kind of go both ways. So, when you're in a relationship, you really need to be mindful or careful, however you look at it, of other relationships or friendships that could be detrimental to like your partnership with like the person that you're married to or you're dating. On the flip side, you got to be mindful of sometimes, to be fair, of if your dating relationship is having like an adverse or detrimental effect on your friendships, your kinships and stuff like that.
I need an example. You lost me.
So if you are dating someone and everything's going perfect, this person is good for you, like you're doing well or whatever, but you have this friend and your friend is always like I don't know, let's say your friend is always needing you to help them out, or always like it's always like in trouble basically, and they always have drama, and they just always expect you to be there.
Okay.
That can be problematic to your own relationship, because if you are, first of all, let me back up by giving a disclaimer. Everybody has friends who's like sometimes are in their time of need, and yeah, you're gonna stop what you're doing and you're gonna be there for your friend, you're gonna be there for your sister, your cousin, your whoever, and you're gonna hold them down because that's what family does. But if this is someone who's kind of like a habitual offender in that type of way, sometimes you got to be mindful, because that could start to have an adverse effect on your relationship, because they can't seem to get it together, and then like your partner might be like, yo, like what's up, like why are you always you're stressing out over someone else's problems basically all the time, which is not healthy, I feel like. On the flip it, flippio, if you and I are dating, and I'm always telling my best friend and my sister and my line sisters and my cousin that, oh, TJ, he's trying to do this. I don't know. He's really still pushing this rap thing. I don't know. He needs me to loan him $300, or I have to drive to pick him up because he let his car break down, and even though he had told him 6 months ago he needed an oil change or something like that. This is not.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. If you're in your relationship, your partner is like the consistent hot mess, mm-hmm. and it's starting to impact your relationships with other people, because it's like, I can't go because I gotta go save this person, or I gotta go support.
So what
should
this person. One do when they told someone to get an oil change 6 months ago, and
the person should have got the oil change?
No, but I'm saying, what happens in that situation?
You would, if that's just like a one-time thing.
No, what if it's like a multiple time thing?
Like I have never
do
waited 6 months to get an oil change.
Like every time,
so fuck out of here with that.
Like every time you tell them about like things that are time sensitive or should be time sensitive, they always forget.
I would tell that person worry about themselves.
Okay. Just
Okay.
asking.
Because ye who cast the first stone should not live in a glass house, or however that saying goes.
Okay.
Because there's plenty of times I've asked you to do stuff multiple times and you don't do it.
Like what?
Okay.
When? Where? How?
Let me, folks, we're going to take a field trip to how many pairs of shoes TJ has lined up in the hallway right now. It's definitely more than 2.
That's not the same, Dani.
It's my tip. It's my story.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Can I go now?
I guess. But that's what
So-
I meant. Does the context help? I'm sorry.
Yes, much better.
Okay.
I just wanted to know because you gave the example of needing an oil change, and it's just like I've seen something like that before, or
Moving on.
air in your tire for weeks. You know, listen, let's move on. So
You should do it.
I may have said this before, and if I did, I'm gonna take the L. I'm okay with taking the L on this one because it's petty time. I need to
It bears
be petty.
repeating.
Huh?
It bears repeating.
It bears repeating. That's why you're smart. That's why you are the brains of this operation.
Mm-hmm.
Be thoughtful. And when I say be thoughtful, I mean you need to be thoughtful of your partner, of your friend. Just be thoughtful in things. Hey, that new NBA 2K coming out. I know that my significant other loves this. I'm gonna cop it for them.
Is it coming out?
Comes out every year in September. I'm gonna cop it for them, you know?
Is he dropping hints, y'all?
Be thoughtful. Be thoughtful and be mindful. You know? Observe. You should see stuff. You know? So like I know Dani I'll say Rice Krispies, that's Tatum. Dani likes Reese's cups. So when I'm at work and we get the
Candy cart.
The candy cart, let me get the Reese's so I can take it home to my wife. Because I want to be thoughtful, you know? But be thoughtful, you know? They like this new movie that's about to come out. Let me cop it for them. They got a hobby. Let me help them with that. You know, your friend has a new podcast that's about to come out. How can I help? Reach out to them. Ask them about it, you know? I don't think I said this before, but if I did, like I said, I'll take the L because you don't want a lot. But
See, you're so
you just got to be thoughtful,
disrespectful.
all right? So, listen, ladies. 2K is coming out in September. If you really like them, you get them the Legend Pack. If you kind of like them, you get them the regular pack. That's all I'm going to leave
I'm
it at.
looking it up right now.
I'm going to leave it at that. So
2K Legend Pack. Why is it a Legend Pack? What's in the Legend Pack? What makes it different? Legend
you
Edition.
get extra VC points and so you can build your character up.
Nigga,
and
$100?
that's why I said if you really like them.
See if I could put this on a payment plan.
Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, and
So you're comfortable with me paying $100? There's no place I can get it cheaper. Am I supposed to bargain shop on this? Because TJ's the type where I'll buy something and then he'll ask me how much I paid for it, and I tell him, and he'll be like, "You could have got this cheaper there," or "I had a discount," or "I had a code,"
Listen,
or some shit like that. He's an ungrateful motherfucker for somebody who's always asking
I'm
somebody to be
not
mindful.
asking you to get it from me because I want you to be mindful. So when 2021 comes out, then you can be mindful.
Oh, Dwayne Wade's on the cover.
Oh, Dwayne Wade. Anyway,
So if I get it this time, it doesn't count.
I mean, I would gladly accept it, but I want you to be mindful. I want you to be thoughtful.
I didn't know that it comes out every September.
It comes out every year, Danielle.
I get that it comes out every year.
Oh, you thought it came out in the spring and the fall?
I don't
just
know when it
asking.
comes out. You have a lot of video games.
Okay.
And I don't pay attention.
Exactly.
To
pay attention. There you go.
I don't
And
pay
with that, I yield.
I don't pay attention to the stuff that you're like playing.
I pay
with.
attention to all the stupid shit that you like.
So what's the stupid shit that I like besides Reese's Buttercups?
You like Bob's Burger.
Okay, what things from Bob's Burgers have you gotten me?
It's in the mail.
You're so full of shit.
Why am I full of shit?
Okay, what else do I like?
Listen, I already gave you 2 things.
I like Reese's Buttercups and Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Food.
Wow.
And listen, I can't wait for you to be able to eat food so we can go out. 'Cause my bill's going to be short.
Here we will be splitting a burger.
Can I get the appetizer?
Let me get one rib.
Let me get 1 rib. You can cut it down the middle. Thank you.
Okay. Well, with that being said, let's
Be thoughtful, and I win.
You don't win. You definitely said this before. So.
I don't know if I did. But if I did, let's find the episode. But yeah, I don't think I did.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
That's petty. So we gotta go.
Petty.
We gotta go through like 90 some episodes to find.
It's like 70 or 80, something like that. I don't know.
Okay, high double digits.
Definitely high double digits.
So, all right. Well, at this point, we have now reached TJ's other segment, known as the Word of the Week. What word of the week are you going to dispense to us this week, sir?
The word of the week is a modicum.
Mm-hmm.
A small quantity of a particular thing, especially something considered desirable or valuable. Modicum.
Yes. So that's like.
Go ahead, Dani. Let's spell it.
I'm not.
And then you can go into the extra definitions and how you learned it when you was 3 years old and.
Modicum. MODICUM.
Modicum. Spelled correctly.
Ha!
Exactly.
So
you ain't gonna fail any more spelling bees.
No.
Exactly.
And I wish if TJ had ever shows me a modicum of respect, I might remember the 2K. That 2K comes out in September.
So she's just shooting. That's what Queens girls do.
Whatever. I mean, we gangster. So
never mind.
Don't do that.
Listen, I don't want to get shot at, stabbed, and
No, I use that all the time because, like, with my students, I'm like, y'all need to show like a modicum of respect in this classroom, like, just a little bit, please. With that being said, we are going to take a quick little break, and we will be right back.
Hey friend, it's time for you to ditch those workout gloves and get the grip and wrist support you deserve. What do you suggest? You need to get the Gainz Load and Lock grips by Gainz Sports Gear. They are more durable than gloves, have a non-slip grip pad that provides grip support and added wrist support unlike your traditional workout gloves, and will protect your hands from calluses. Do they come in different colors? Not only do they come in different colors, but they are available for men and women. Do yourself a favor, go to GainSportsGear.com. And remember, a better grip equals a better lift. Embrace the process.
And don't forget to make sure that you go to GainSportsGear.com. That's GAINZ sportsgear.com and get 10% off your first purchase with the code LOVERS10. And now, back to the show. All right, y'all. We are back, and we have a letter. Are you excited?
I am. We haven't read a letter in a while.
In a minute, no. So, I guess I'll get straight into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the better reader.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Dear Dani and TJ,
That's me.
I'm a big fan of the show and love you guys as far as interactions, even the quarreling, LOL. But I'll keep it short as far as my question is concerned. What do you think is the appropriate time to, quote unquote, make it official in a relationship? This is the issue I'm having with my, I guess, boyfriend. We have been dating for several months and I want a title. He thinks it's silly because we are in our late 20s and he thinks it's childish. Help me out, please. Thanks. Signed, I want to be a girlfriend. Well, I want to be a girlfriend. I don't think that's childish. I don't think it's silly.
Well, she didn't. Her male friend said that.
Because we can't call him her boyfriend yet, at least according to her, because they haven't made it official.
This new generation is weird, though.
How so?
Because back in the day, back in the day, like, dating was like dating. But now it's like different stages to dating. Like, we could be talking, but we're not dating. Mm-hmm. We could be dating, but we're not exclusive. Like, it's very weird stages.
See, when I think of dating, I think like there's dating and there's dating exclusively. Dating means like you might be talking to more than one person, and then dating exclusively is like you're in the I really am trying to get to know this person phase, and then you might progress to like relationship.
That makes sense. I can see that. But when I think dating, I think of we go together. We're dating.
I think it's like twofold. I think there's like a
No, I mean, it evolves, and that makes sense. So yes, dating could be like I'm going out on a date with you to get to know you. I'm dating you, but that's not in a relationship. I think the appropriate time to make something official or to have a title is when you guys are ready.
but she's ready and he's not.
I know, I get that, but I'm saying she can't force him to be in a relationship, excuse me, if he's not ready.
Yeah, I think, but see, I think what I got from the letter is that like he might interpret themselves as in a relationship without explicitly saying like, I want to be your boyfriend, you are my girlfriend.
I get that. So
I think she wants that conversation. She wants that exchange of like words. Yes.
So with that, they have to be able to talk as a couple. They need to be able to talk and sit down and see what it is that he wants versus what it is she wants, and how do they come to resolution. Mm-hmm. But you can't force it. It's kind of like getting proposed to. You can't force someone to propose to you because or getting married. You can't force these things, because once you force it, it's no longer genuine. I'm doing it because it's what you want me to do, not because it's something I want to do. So sometimes you have to be patient. But how patient is up to you. You may be like, I can wait a year for a title, and someone may be like, fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, she said several months in. I guess I'm assuming that y'all are dating exclusively, which is why this like designation of titles is something that you're desiring. But I would say, let me start by saying this. I don't think you're silly, and I don't think it's childish, because I think people want to know where they stand with someone else. And I think that that's totally fair. I think that him thinking that, we're older, we're not, it's not like a high school thing or whatever. I get what he's saying. And I do agree that I
don't get what he's saying. I don't think it's if anything, the childish is him not wanting to be able to talk about it.
I do think a conversation needs to happen.
Transparent. You have to have these tough conversations.
Yeah, like what would it take for you to call me your girlfriend? Is it you want us to be dating a little bit longer? Do we need to be doing XYZ? I don't know. Living together. Do you not want a title? Am I the only person that you're seeing? Because homegirl, that might be a question that you need to ask.
You need to be able to have those conversations, and no matter how tough it is or uncomfortable it may be, you need to have that for your own clarity.
Yeah, and your own peace of mind. And he might just, if you have the conversation, he might come to the realization that like it's important to you, or maybe like he already considers you his girl. He just felt like it didn't require an explicit conversation. But and also in dating and in relationships, kind of like what we talked about earlier in the episode, is like you got to be mindful of your partner, and if he realizes that's important to you, he should be willing to have that conversation, even if he felt like it's a given.
Yeah, but that's also why communication is key in relationships. You got to be able to converse, to be able to say, this is my expectations.
Yep.
So that way, if someone doesn't follow your expectations and vice versa, you know how you're going to combat the issue.
It definitely is. Communication is everything.
So I think that they should sit down and have that conversation, no matter how tough it is. And she needs to be ready for the positive or the negative. Because he may be like, I don't want a relationship with you. And then you have to decide, are you okay with doing what you're doing? Because if he doesn't want a relationship, you can't change him until he's ready.
I agree. Well, I hope that helped. I want to be a girlfriend because, best case scenario, it's just a preference thing versus like it not being something that you thinking that you guys are something more than what he thinks. And worst case scenario, you might hear some answers that you may not like, but better to know and not than not know, so that way you can move on accordingly.
TJ out.
I'm done with this guy. All right. And now we have reached our final segment of the show, and it is time for our actual Lovers Quarrel. Husband, what is our quarrel?
Girlfriend.
See, this type of shit that gets people fucked up.
Side joint.
This is why no one likes you in the podcast world.
They do like me. They fuck with me. Happy.
This is why nobody like I am the preferred person on the show.
Woman. I mean,
so just because I have a vagina.
You're an African American woman.
So because I'm an African American.
Well, are you? No. Anyway.
Sir.
Go ahead.
What's the quarrel, motherfucker?
Why are you so aggressive?
Because you make me that way.
That's crazy to me. But listen, the quarrel, we can talk about what we talked about the other day.
Okay.
So, to my lovers out there, Dani thinks that when she messes up, I should be nicer. Right? Am I saying it right?
I think that you could allow more grace.
Allow for more grace.
To myself and others.
Okay. And I feel like you allow for grace the first time. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, am I supposed to still show grace? So I felt like we should talk it out and then, hear what everyone has to say. So backstory. Mm-hmm. In the mail, we receive a letter from the MVA, which is the DMV, but in
Maryland.
In Maryland, they call it the MVA, saying, "Hey, your registration, right, is expiring. You can update it now." So I tell Dani once. Next month happens. Comes in the mail again. Tell Dani again. This happened, I said 3 to 4 times. Dani said it happened 1 to 2 times. Whatever the case may be. But earlier this week, her registration was suspended.
That's not what happened.
It wasn't suspended?
No.
So what was it? It was something.
So what happened was earlier this week was you needed a stamp.
Okay.
And I said, I have some in my old wallet upstairs. So I
you
go
upstairs.
I go upstairs. In searching my wallet, I pull out my registration and I look at the date. And I was like, oh shit, I don't remember renewing my registration.
So if it's not renewed, it's suspended.
It's expired.
All right. Can you drive with an expired registration?
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure it becomes suspended.
Well,
until you pay it.
Thank God I have not been pulled over.
Well, thank God I wasn't in the car.
Okay.
Thank God I didn't drive the car. So this happens and I'm upset because it's like I kept telling her about this. Hey, take care of this. And she said she would, and she didn't. And backstory, Dani has a tendency of saying that she's going to do something and not doing it. So my thing is, I showed you grace the first, second, third month. Why do I have to show grace now? So
to give some context too, it's like TJ, when I was like, oh my goodness, like I realized like I never paid my registration. Let me go do it now. It was more like, well, it was kind of like he got caught an attitude and he was like, you should have been did this.
So I was frustrated. Yes. And so you should have been did it.
I mean, I should have, but
and you said that you were going to do it. You got to keep your word.
Okay. And so to give context as well. And I'm not trying to make an excuse, but
you want to make an excuse.
When I think about the timing of when this was happening, my registration expired March 31st. So you're talking about I was eyeball deep in like finishing grad school, getting my portfolio done, works, all that stuff like that. So I can see why it very easily slipped my mind. It's not that I didn't have the money to do it. It's not that I have anything else. And so I can see, but all I'm saying is like looking back, I can see why I forgot. It doesn't mean that I should have forgotten. It doesn't mean I should have gotten it done. But it's kind of like I acknowledge that I should have gotten it done. But my thing is like, I don't need you to tell me I told you so.
So then don't bring it up around me. And then I won't have an opinion.
But also you need to work on showing grace more.
I showed grace the first couple of months when you didn't do it.
No,
go ahead.
That's not what I mean by showing. Because when you fuck up on, even when
call me on my shit.
But TJ, what is the sense in me every single time calling you on your shit if you already know you fucked up? If you already know you fucked up and you're sitting there and you're like in the midst of like trying to rectify what you fucked up on, what does this help me doing as far as rubbing salt in the wound? Instead, I'm just going to show you grace and I'm going to be like, all right, like, you know, well, at least you got it done now or something like that.
You're enabling.
I can't stand you.
How?
Because, so.
I see it as that would be enabling me. That is rewarding my bad behavior. I understand. Okay, you had finals, whatever. You could have asked. You could have said, "Hey, babe, can you make this payment for me?"
I could have, and you could have offered. You were around.
I could have offered.
You could have been more mindful.
Ooh, going to use my own tip. Okay,
sure.
But
you saw what I was going through.
If I would have said, "Hey, let me do it," you may have been like,
you wouldn't know until you asked.
You're right. So, but you're assuming.
You're assuming.
We're both assuming. At the end of the day, I feel like I don't have to show grace because I showed grace those first couple of months. And it's just frustrating that, you know, someone says that they're going to do something and they're not going to do it.
And it's frustrating.
You can roll your eyes.
And it's frustrating to me that
ass.
This nigga. And it's frustrating to me that even if I said I was going to do something and I didn't get to it, instead of you jumping on the I told you so bandwagon, maybe, just maybe, cut the person a little bit of slack, being that they do always have it a lot on. They did have a lot on their plate during that time, and try to understand it from their perspective. And instead of waiting to be asked for help, maybe you can offer sometimes. But you always need things spelled out to you.
I love how you try to
always
push it back.
You want it spelled out.
You got to accept responsibility. You got to be accountable for your actions. And that's what you're not being.
I am accountable.
You're not.
I forgot to do something.
You forgot to do something, even though you said that you would do it, and you were reminded on a monthly basis.
You reminded me twice.
I definitely reminded you 3 times.
Well, okay. I'll treat you like you treat me. Prove it. Because you always want receipts and documentation.
You threw away the documentation is probably on where all our mail is.
When you go through all that mail that I've asked you to go through multiple times.
You definitely didn't ask me to go.
TJ, how often has that mail been sitting?
That's your mail.
TJ, that entire container of mail in that purple basket is all yours.
I don't agree with that.
I would bet you $20 that it is.
That is all mine.
In that purple basket?
So if I go in that purple basket and I pull out anything that says Danielle on it.
That is something that...
No. Answer the question.
That solely says Danielle on it? Yes. You will not find anything.
I'm not going to find nothing in there that has your name on it. That's what you're saying.
You're not going to find anything in there that has solely my name on it. You might find something.
We don't have any joint mail together.
We do. Like, we get our, like, deed shit or whatever. It always comes to Danielle Freeman and Terrence Byerson.
What
but that's
deed
something.
Shit?
But some of the house stuff, but that's something that you cover. Like the water bill and stuff like that. Like, bills that are yours are in there. That nothing that
all
is
I'm
mine.
asking is, if I go in there, you're saying I'm not going to find nothing that's Danielle. Solely.
No, you will not.
I don't agree with that, but okay.
$20. You come up $20.
$20. I'll bet that.
Okay. Are we done quarreling? I'll be more accountable, and you need to show more grace.
I do show grace.
You don't.
I truly do, though.
You don't. You showing grace is not, hey, you need to pay this, and then like letting it go. Hey, showing grace is when
that's not even how I did it.
And showing.
For someone who just tried to say...
How are you showing grace when you told me that my registration was owed back in a couple months ago? How was that showing me grace? Because you didn't nag me again about it?
Sure, exactly.
That's not showing grace.
Okay.
That's not showing grace. Showing grace is like, you know what? like I already see you're beating yourself up enough, whatever. Like I'm not going to like add on to it.
So how often are people supposed to show grace?
I would say more often than they're supposed to rub salt in the wound.
I don't think I rub salt, but if someone says that they're going to do something and then they don't do it, and that's this is a continuous cycle.
It's not a continuous cycle. Okay. I don't do that all the time.
All right.
You so busy worried about what I'm doing. Worry about what you're doing.
Ooh, I'm worried about. I'm good with what I'm doing.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll take it, but I don't think.
And you'll
wrong.
apologize the next episode.
If that's what you would like. Showing grace.
That's not showing grace. I think you need to look up the definition, and then like maybe we can find you some like visual examples, some like videos.
A video of what?
What like showing grace to someone is, or giving them grace, because sometimes I think you have it misconstrued as like it's giving someone grace and showing someone grace is not excusing the fuck up or excusing.
Be kind and gentle in what you say and how you say it. Got you.
It's just doing that.
Dani, you fucked up, but I understand why you fucked up.
And I'm gonna leave you alone.
You're not letting me finish.
Go ahead.
And it's okay that you fucked up. Be great with your fuck up. Mm-hmm. Is that me showing grace? Was that graceful?
That might be a start for you. You know you're a little remedial.
Anyway.
All right.
On that note, we can
wrap things up.
We can wrap things up.
All right. Folks, this has been yet another episode of Lovers Quarrel. We appreciate you rocking out with us.
We do. Continue being graceful.
Yes, continue showing grace to others, because, you know, there's enough people pointing out everything you're doing wrong in this world. You don't have to do that to everybody.
100%.
As always, if you like the right on time.
Somebody's is woken up from their sleep.
Okay. As always, if you like us, make sure you like, share, follow, tag, repost, tell a friend, tell a family member about us, and, you know, subscribe to us. We're on every single platform you could think of for podcasts. Of course, follow us on Instagram at Lovers Quarrel Show. Follow us on Twitter at Lovers Quarrel 7. Email us with questions, concerns, comments, everything in between at loversquarrelshow@gmail.com.
With us on IG.
Yes, interact with us on IG. I'm posting all of my weight loss experiences. TJ's going to throw his in there, I guess, now, since he wants to be all transparent.
You throw that out there like I wasn't transparent. Like I wasn't the first person to talk about it.
Just because you were the first doesn't mean you were more transparent. But anyway, so
I paved the way for you. Don't forget that.
Gosh.
I've been raising you since 2004.
Anyway, but folks, we really appreciate you, and we are glad to have you with us yet again. And yeah.
As always.
This is your girl, Dani.
And this is your guy, TJ.
And you know that we fuss.
We fight.
But we love. Bye. Hang up.
Buckethead ass. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.